What's going on, Gemini? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. It really means a lot to me, your support, and it really keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of December 7th through the 13th. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with that being said, let's get into it. I've cleansed your space. Gems are getting all settled in. It's a good time, Gemini. Now, this week we're going to be focusing on self-growth and the ways that you can kind of get back in touch with your higher self and really embody the best version that you want to be. And I'm going to be pulling 10 cards with that, and we'll be getting clarifiers along the way. And in case if you all were curious, I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. This is like a modern and diverse version of the Rider-Waite deck, so I really have been enjoying using it. And I've included in the description box below for some links for that one and other decks that I like using as well. But without further ado, let's get into your first card here. It's going to represent the past and see what kind of energies that you've been working with. So higher self, what energies have Gemini been working with in the past? What are some past situations, energies that have shaped Gemini to this current position right here? Yeah? Okay. Interesting. So Gemini, you got the Magician in reverse. So I feel like what this is happening is, because this is, this is your ruler here, Mercury. And I feel like with this popping up, we haven't been tapping into, or there's something that's been, either we haven't been, or we just have, something's been preventing us from tapping into our manifestation abilities, to that kind of creative energy that the Magician has. Because the Magician is a card of skill, is a card of adroitness, just a card of, you have all the tools at your disposal here. You got your Pentacle, Sword, Cup, and Wand here, and it's just like really going out and, shaping your universe here. But I feel like there's been something that's restricted us, something that has, that's really kind of prevented you from accessing this energy here. I think I want a little clarification on the Magician, actually, because that's interesting right out the box. Because I'm getting like maybe we've doubted our abilities, or maybe we've let's see about that. Higher self, can we have a little clarification on the Magician? What's been preventing Gemini from tapping into this great energy? Because this is awesome coming in right off the bat. Got the Four of Pentacles upright. So I feel like for some, maybe we've been, I don't want to say, I feel like, maybe this is something that with whatever this gift is, because that's really what the Magician is. It's just like, really it's this ability that we're just kind of blessed with. And I feel like maybe in the past someone has taken advantage of that, because the Four of Pentacles for me is, this card represents a very, I get a lot of greedy energy from this thing. Maybe you were coming at this thing, let's say for example, you were starting up some kind of business, and you were trying to do where you were trying to help the world here. You're trying to do some really good work here, but then you might have partnered with someone who was coming in. It's like, yeah, this is good work, but we can make a mad profit out of this. And then somewhere along the line, your vision got lost. And then it just became this thing of just like this, because I'm not saying that you should make money, but if we're just making money for money's sake, then what are we doing? You just want to sleep on a bed of hundreds, which I mean, can't be that comfortable anyway. Have you come on, Gemini. I'm kidding. But I do feel like maybe we've been feeling that we've been taken advantage of, or that we've been, I don't want to say betrayed. It doesn't feel that harsh, but it very well could be. I won't diminish that either, because if this is messing with your gift, yeah, that can, yeah, Gemini. And if that's the case, that's I'm sorry to hear that. And you know what? We're going to work through this energy, because this is one of these phrases, and I really have loved this phrase. It's like, we got to feel it to heal it. So now that you've seen it, I've seen it, and now we're talking about it. We're giving this space, because this is you're in a safe space here, Gemini, and that yeah, this is we're gonna let's journey down this. Let's see where what wisdom and what lessons can come from this. Let's get to your present energy. Higher self, what is the present energy that Gemini is working with right now? Let's see what's going on with this. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I like that. Eight of Swords in reverse. And I like that because I feel like we're getting ready to we're trying to let this go. I feel like this is something that you realize that this is held, you know, for those who are resonating with you, if you have been taken advantage of in the past, you know, in whatever capacity that's looking like. You know, I feel like this is something now the healing gets started, because like I was saying, we've both seen it, and now we can kind of consider this if we've even been stuck, you know, we wanted to take this first step, but we're not sure how or what, you know, what that looks like. Let this be the first step, just bringing it to light, because sometimes hearing it, even, you know, hearing it come out of someone else's mouth, or you know, just bringing about it just bringing it up maybe in a different environment can change the impact of how the growth comes. And then you just have this realization here, because this is Jupiter and Gemini here. So I feel like this is you realizing that your world is a lot bigger than this situation right here. You know, it's time to get to this place of starting to let go and really to start healing, because she's allowed herself to become bound by these swords, and it's almost set up this barrier between her and this in the city in this background. And this is about, yeah, I'm getting currently, and this is good, Gemini, letting this energy go and learning from this and not even ignoring it in this sense. I'm getting more of a, you're giving it space, so now it can heal. You know, now it can kind of air out and really sort of breathe, and we can really start working out with this. And this is a thing too. Just because we saw it, it's not going to heal overnight. Don't feel like this is you're going to be back tomorrow and it's just going to be like, yes, we're back. And you know what? And let me not say that, because sometimes these things come in waves, is what I feel like is a better, more kind of mindful thing to say, is that you're going to have days when you're going through this healing. You know, now we're taking our first breath again, and it's going to feel really good. And then you might have some kind of like sensory trigger where it's like, oh, little things that just kind of remind you along the way. But it's just that's all they are. It's just little reminders of where you've been and where you're at now. And just remember that growth, Gemini. Now let's get to your third card here. That's I like where this is going so far. This is really nice, Gemini. I love when healing's coming into the mix. Absolutely. Okay, hold on. All right, there we go. Now this third card, yeah, represents your higher self and kind of how we go about getting there. So let's see what's going on here. Higher self, where's Gemini's higher self trying to get them to? Where's the universe directing Gemini right now? Let's see where we're trying to get to. Oh yeah. I dig it. So we got the Knight of Wands in reverse. And you're probably like, yeah, you dig him in reverse. And I do, because I feel like your higher self is trying to get you to this place where you don't doubt yourself. You know, where again, it's not even just about the healing. It's about going out now and how are you taking this healing and going out? How are you flipping this Knight of Wands upright? You know, what is it that I feel like now we're at this time of rediscovering our gift. You know, now we're getting to this place where we're going to flip. Once you find this, that's going to flip everything upright. You know, that's going to get your magician back upright. And I feel like this is, that's where your higher self is trying to get you to this place of, to find that confidence again, and to find that drive, and to have that passion, you know, because I feel like for a while, you know, if it's one of those things, if we've been in this distrusting place, we haven't wanted to deal with other people, let others in our space, you know, it can really kind of stagnate us. So now we're just trying to get the ball rolling again. And that's, healing looks differently on everybody, Gemini, and never compare yourself to other people's journeys. But I do feel like that, don't also let the fact that if your pace is not happening as fast as someone else's, don't let that deter you, because this person, the Knight of Wands, fire in this chart all day, and this isn't a gender specific reading, so we're all knights in this instance. It's about finding that fire again, Gemini, and finding that thing that inspires you, that brings you joy, and getting back on the saddle again, and just going out and just claiming that energy. Because of the court cards in the Wand series, the Knight's one is, oddly enough, his is the one that's burning the hottest, like as far as like that's got the most fire on it. So yeah, I feel like this is like really like, because when you get to that place where it feels like the inspiration's died, it's that flame never dies. It might go down to like the size of like a tea light candle, but given the right fuel, even that bad boy can just poosh. So, and that's what we want to do, Gemini, poosh. Don't ask me how to spell that. Now, let's get on to some challenges, because I think I know what mine is. But let's see what is preventing you from preventing the growth to your higher self. Higher self, what is, thank you for all this, higher self, we're on a roll here. What's preventing Gemini from getting to that better place? What is stopping that growth? Yeah. Four of Wands in reverse. So honestly, I feel like this is not normally how this card is read, but I feel like this is allowing yourself to kind of trust again. That's what I feel like is preventing this growth. I feel like it's kind to start, maybe there's been someone in the past who've been, who've been kind of rooting you on, but when we're in this kind of hurt phase, we may not be receptive to that at the moment. Even if people have our best intentions at heart, we're still so caught up. This was still so fresh. Sometimes we can kind of isolate people out. But I do feel like with this popping up, the challenge is going to be to open our hearts up a little bit, because this is Venus and Aries here, and I feel like this is about like kind of taking that initiative, because Aries is the initiator of the zodiac, and then Venus has to deal with love and aesthetics and all of that self-care, that healing. And I feel like it's about taking that initiative to maybe fix any kind of relationships that we have that might have been damaged in the past from this. Because I get it, it's trust is difficult, it can be, and it's like really, I feel like, but you want to have that tight circle around you. You don't want to get to a place where it's just you against the world, because that's really lonely, Gemini, and we're not meant to. I get wanting to, needing to be able to figure things out by yourself, but that doesn't mean that you have to do that all the time. Hopefully that makes sense. But I do feel like there's some, maybe, again, take it as it resonates. Maybe it might be some time if there have been some relationships that have been damaged along the way, and not even just with outside people too. Check in with yourself. How do you feel about this? Do you feel like, do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to trust people again? Do you trust yourself to make decisions? Do you? There's this, it could easily be that as well. And I honestly maybe even start there first. If you're even doubting your gut feeling, like maybe I don't know how to read people, maybe I don't know what's best for me, do some soul searching, absolutely. And that's really, because this is something, Gemini, I wish I could kind of frame this. This really is nice here, and I feel like we're doing this at a very comfortable pace. So, but let's get onto your fifth card here. Hopefully, I hope this is making sense for you. If this is resonating with you, let's get into your fifth card, which is going to represent some environmental influences. Let's see how our environment has kind of been kind of shaped in this time. Let's see what's going on here. What are some outside influences that have affected Gemini higher self? What's going on? See what the outside's doing. Let's see. Yeah. Get the Five of Wands in reverse. And you know what? I feel like that's good. because I feel like now that we're taking this time to heal, maybe now there's less conflict going on right now, because that's what the Five of Wands is for me. This is a card of just like, it's a combative card. Everyone's trying to kind of compete for stuff. But now I feel like maybe now that things are starting to get a little settled in, there's been maybe we've been open to kind of like allowing people to forgive, or allowing forgiveness to come in. And again, I don't feel like it's just with just people, just like outside people. I feel like it's about remembering to allow kind of quiet that what am I trying to spit out at you, Gemini? That that noise in our head. There we go. That noise in our head is starting to calm down. I feel like we're not beating ourselves up as much. There we go. I don't know why that was so difficult to get out. But I feel like now we're getting to this place where our confidence is kind of getting restored, to where we're feeling like if there were some kind of conflicts in the past, it's just like, hey, this is where I was at. Things might have been said, but can we start fresh? Because I don't want this to end, or I'm not trying to let this. I didn't like where things left off. I'm gonna get a little clarification on that, Gemini, because that was I about lost my teeth trying to get that one out there. Hold on. Let's see. Can we clarify the Five of Wands, please, higher self? Because I know in my head I know what I'm trying to tell at you, but it's like, come on, words, help me out here. Yeah, thank you, higher self. That's what I needed. This is what I was talking about. Nine of Swords. I feel like this is Mars and Gemini here. Mars is still, as far as I remember, Mars is still in Gemini right now. I think it should be for a little bit longer. I'll look into that. But I feel like this is something where that mental strife is over. That nightmare where it feels like you're constantly in that combative state, where it was just like, gosh, I can't seem to, that paranoia almost. It's just like, can't trust anyone. People are out to get me. I feel like that's coming to an end. That's that influence is starting to calm down some. We're starting to get some normalcy here. So that's thank you, higher self. Hopefully hopefully you stuck with me through that and we got on that, because that's what I was trying to get at there. Now let's get to your sixth card here, which is any personal issues. So any fears, anxieties, insecurities. What are some personal issues that Gemini is working with right now, higher self? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. Remember I was talking about, trusting yourself here? Got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is just that she's a very intuitive card. And I feel like being, when I say even like trusting yourself, any insecurities, it's about trusting yourself through the wholeness of this experience. Like I was saying, when you're having your good days and when you're having your bad days, and being able to navigate your feelings through that. It's like, oh, I'm feeling this. Okay, here's something that I hadn't that's kind of surfaced up, some like residual stuff from this healing here. And now this is about, trusting yourself again, trusting your gut and getting back in touch with your higher self. There's been, because I feel like this thing just really sort of like severed that connection for a while. There was just a lot of doubt is what I'm getting. But now, now that I feel like we're really kind of bringing some light to this thing and managing our emotions and all of this. This is something and again, it's going to take a process, but being able to analyze that and not to attach to it, see it for what it is, take it in, because that's what the moon does. It travels, it stays 2.5 days in each sign, traveling around, changing faces. It's got to be adaptable. She's got to be on, and that's not for Gemini being on. Gemini, you're the quickest. Come on. I feel like this is yeah, definitely trust yourself. Let's get back to where where we believe in our High Priestess energy again, where we know that our gut is leading us down the right path. So let's get let's get to the 7th card here. And this one is going to represent like what you feel you should do in this situation, kind of like what your gut is possibly telling you. Let's see what's going on here. Higher self, what is it that Gemini feels they should do, in this situation here? What's that? Oh, okay, because I feel this. So you got the Star card in reverse. And with what I'm getting here is that you feel like, I know that you feel like you want to trust yourself again, but it's just not happening. That there's that disconnect is still there, because with the Star card, this chalice here is supposed to represent, all the stuff information that you get from like whatever you call the source, whether it be higher self, God, Buddha. And I'm not doing that to be funny. I'm being quite serious. Wherever you get that, however you connect like that. That's what this chalice is supposed to represent. And then this, should I say chalice? This what is this? This, oh gosh, English is hard today. This vessel, and then this one is supposed to be how you manifest that into this world. And so I feel like with it being in reverse, you want to trust yourself. You know that you can trust yourself, but then it's like that doubt, like when it's like, I know that, let's say for example, I know this is, and stay with me, I know 2 + 2 is 4, but then you're like, but is it? And then we pull out our calculator real quick. I know you're smarter than that, Gemini, but that's you saw I can barely English, so math, we're working on it. And you know what? Just like I'm working on it, you're working on it too, because I know that if you feel that deep down in your gut, we'll get there. You show me, we're gonna get there, absolutely. Now let's see for the 8th card. Now this is what you want to do. This is like, okay, feelings aside, what does Gemini want to do in all this situation? Because what you feel you should do and what you want to do, like I say here, I can't tell you what to do, Gemini. But you gotta, ultimately you're gonna do what you want to do at the end of the day, and that's not me, coming at you or anything. It's just like you have that free will. Do what do you, Gemini? Absolutely. So you got the 9 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like and that's tough, because I feel like we're at this place where, at least right now, it's because the 9 of Wands is about persevering through this type of things, and with it being reversed, I feel like we're just at this place where we're just kind of tired, and we just don't really want to right now. We don't want to deal with all of this stuff right here. It's been a lot, and you're just trying to, like, we're not trying to unpack that right now. And Gemini, that is not bad. Don't let that feel like, I feel like when people are like, well, Gemini, don't be immature. What do you mean you don't wanna? If you don't want to at this moment, you know how you heal. So heal at your pace. Don't feel bad if you're not ready to take all of this on, or some people are just like, okay, I see the path, absolutely, I'm going at it. And others, it's just like, I'm a Cancer, and it's like when I'm in my feelings and I'm trying to unpack all these feelings, I got to take them in chunks, because it's like there are times where it's like, okay, this is easy, and then there are other times it's just like I open the door, it's like, yikes, okay, that's tomorrow, that is tomorrow's me problem. And that might be what you need to do too, Gemini. It's just like you might open that door and just like, ooh, that's not the one. Today's Gemini, it really can't. It can't be bothered right now. And I feel like that's okay, Gemini. Don't let that deter you, because ultimately that's going to get you to the place that you need to be. You got to heal at your own pace. Now let's get to the 9th card here. What are some lessons that we can get from this situation, higher self? What are some lessons that Gemini can get from this? What is it that, because I really feel like this has been and Gemini, thank you for sharing this with me. I know that this is this is resonating with you. This is a lot of energy to work with. So very vulnerable energy here. So know that this is, I see you, and I appreciate the good work you're doing. And let me tell you what, oh, Gemini, beautiful, Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, oh, that just gave me all kinds of relief. I got chills all over the place. Queen of Cups is and listen, I'm biased because she's Cancerian energy all the way. But what I love about the Queen of Cups is, especially for your lesson, take the wisdom from all of this, because the Queen of Cups values her emotions. That's how Cancerians on a general level, we take the stuff, our stuff, we're rooted in the past, and that's how we learn in our that's kind of how we, at least as a generalization, how we navigate our stuff through the present. And that's what I feel like is happening here. Take what you've learned from the past here, take that wisdom, and then apply that to into this realm. Come at it with compassion. She's Queen of Cups is something else. And she really, and if you look at her here, she's the most mature one of the queens in this deck. And that's just to show that she's, that even when life has brought her down, she gets right back on her throne. She feels her feelings and she learns from them, because they're precious to her. These experiences, they shape her, and I won't speak for her, but I know that if I had to look back at my life, and if I had to go through things all over again, good and bad, absolutely. Because, and I know that may sound like, well, it may sound like a kind of quick to say that, but it got me here, Gemini. I don't know if I would be in this situation right now if it wasn't for my past experiences. So keep that in mind, not just in the bad stuff, but think about all the good stuff that has come from this situation too. And that's beautiful. Now let's get to the last card here. This is going to represent some advice. Higher self, what advice do you have for Gemini here? What do we have advice? Let's close this thing out. What advice do you have for Gemini going forward? Okay, yeah. Nice. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is about, just getting back in touch with your skills again, learning that that you manifest your world here. That no one else is, because the nice thing about her is that she's working out. She's detached herself from like the city. She's got herself in a quiet space, and she's just working on her manifesting right now. She's taking the time to heal, and now we're getting the rewards for that. For that hard work that you put in. That's beautiful, Gemini. Let's go ahead and let's switch back over. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be, if this is resonating with you, taking that time and just really healing with that and learning from this situation here, because you're going to be, compassion is a powerful tool, and it's you got to really, even the Magician, we could even throw them there, but for sure, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups for me are two of my top, and then the third would be like the Hierophant, like most intuitive figures in the deck. And I feel like this is getting to, what do I want to say from this, Gemini? Because there's something beautiful coming from this, from this healing place. I mean, depending on where you're at in this journey, you might not see it right now, but just stay the course. Fight that good fight. And I tell you, when you're at the other end of this, you'll be able to look back at this with that same type. I know you can't probably see her that well, but she's looking into her cup and just like kind of admiring, just like, yeah, this is what I've been through. Was it tough? Sure, but it was also a lot of fun. There was also, with the toughness, there was also joy. So I'll leave that there. Hopefully that made sense for you, Gemini. That was a very vulnerable journey, but I do appreciate you for sharing that with me. But if we haven't already, let's do all the YouTube things. Like, share, subscribe. I'm on Facebook, and then I have my other channel, the Chariot and Friends, where we talk all things. We talk about the moon. It's all about. It's my channel for. I'm just gonna keep showing cards at you. It's my card where it's my channel where I talk about, it's for Cancer, and we go over moon stuff, moon phases. I do different spreads based off the moon phases, what sign it's in. It's a whole lot of fun. So if you got Cancer in your chart or you just love kicking out, hanging out with us, everyone's invited. I post Monday through Friday there. It's all in the description box below. But I feel like that's everything that I got to tell you. So let's get your surprise card in. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now, right now it's in reverse. Because you're probably like, well, crap, so I'm not going to get my destiny? Gemini, you absolutely are. Because you remember how I was saying when we got that Knight of Wands, when we got back on that saddle, all that stuff's going to flip in reverse? Or flip upright? You know what I mean. Everything is going to be all right. It might be, things might feel upside down right now, but that's the thing is, and I got to do something with this glare, but the whole thing, the Wheel of Fortune, it has the different phases of success on this thing. You know, when you're on top, when you're just getting started, when we've hit bottom, and then when we're like, okay, I got to get back up again. You know, that's right now, we might be at the bottom of it. But the wheel keeps turning as long as you keep turning it, you know, and you turn it at your own pace. But know that there is fortune coming, there is destiny coming, there's relief coming from this. And there's going to be an abundance in a sense that the world better watch out, you know, because in the best way, because when you've healed from this, you are going to bring it. So, yeah, that's what I got for you, Gemini. Stay safe out there. Keep raising that vibration, and I will catch you on the next one later.